I'm going to share about Psalms 23 to you all, and if you have not subscribed yet, please do and drop a like. It helps spread the word greatly, thank you. Without further ado, here it is. Psalms 23 is one of the most beloved passages in the Bible, attributed to King David. It speaks to God's guidance, provision, and protection. Here is my interpretation of it verse by verse. Verse 1, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." This verse introduces God as a shepherd, a protector, guide, and provider, much like how a shepherd cares for sheep. The imagery reflects the personal relationship between God and his people, where God assumes responsibility for their needs and well-being. By saying, "I shall not want," David expresses complete trust in God's provision and guidance, signifying a life free from lack. This phrase isn't about having excessive riches, but having confidence that God provides what is essential. The verse calls believers to rely on God's sustenance and direction, emphasizing that in God's care, there's security and contentment. Verse 2, "He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters." This verse describes God leading his people to places of peace and rest, like green pastures and quiet waters. It reflects how God refreshes and restores the soul, guiding his people to safety and tranquility. Verse 3, "He restores my soul. He leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake." God not only sustains, but also restores. To restore the soul means to bring back strength, hope, and spiritual vitality. He leads his people on righteous paths, not because of their own merits, but for his name's sake, showing his faithfulness and goodness. Verse 4, "Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me." This verse acknowledges life's dangers and hardships, symbolized by the valley of the shadow of death. Yet the psalmist does not fear because God's presence is a source of comfort. The rod and staff symbolize God's protection and guidance. Verse 5, "You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows." God's care is shown as generous and abundant. Even in the presence of enemies, he provides a feast symbolizing honor, peace, and protection. The anointing with oil and an overflowing cup signify blessings and abundance. Verses 6, "Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever." David concludes with a declaration of God's enduring goodness and mercy. This verse expresses confidence that God's blessings will be present throughout life and that he will dwell with God eternally. Psalms 23 as a whole reassures readers of God's continuous presence, guidance, and loving provision, offering comfort in the journey of life, even through challenges and uncertainties.